Tatum returned to his shared lodging late at night, the hotel room quiet except for the muffled sounds of water running in the bathroom and a television murmuring from the living area. One bodyguard was showering, while the other relaxed in front of the screen, unwinding after a long day of escorting the esteemed Elora. Tatum acknowledged them with a polite greeting, then slipped into the small room that had been arranged for him. His suitcase had already been organized, a sign of the routine he had quickly adjusted to during this unexpected business trip. Even though the day was done and Elora was finally resting upstairs, his own rest had to wait. His room did not have its own bathroom, so he patiently checked the clock and waited his turn. Midnight had just arrived. Instead of letting fatigue take over, he reached for his phone and sent a message into the family group chat, hoping a brother or two might still be awake to keep him company. Late nights like this made him miss home more than he cared to admit. Back in his hometown, his eldest brother Zachary was also awake. He too found himself immersed in responsibilities that stretched well beyond normal hours. Although his life was surrounded by wealth and comfort, his heart remained grounded in their family values. While his beloved wife slept peacefully, he moved quietly to avoid waking her. He stepped out to the balcony of their expansive villa, a home so large that even from the balcony, his view was still mostly of their own yard. Work, love, and duty had shaped him into someone who lived for others more than himself. The brothers' thoughts drifted toward the youngest among them, Tatum, whose future had been mapped out long before fate could interfere. Their grandmother had chosen a partner for him, a match rooted in tradition and intuition. The partner was Elora, heiress of the prominent Ormond family. She was powerful, responsible, and burdened with expectations far beyond her years. Life in a wealthy household was not as effortless as outsiders believed, especially for a woman steering a large corporation. She had stepped into leadership before she had time to fully prepare, determined to protect what her parents built, even as their health forced them to step back. Tatum admired her immensely, even if love had not yet entered the picture. In his heart, he accepted her as the woman he would one day marry. His devotion came naturally. A talented chef, he found joy in creating meals that brought her comfort, quiet way of caring for someone whose days were overwhelmed by endless responsibilities. The simple act of cooking grounded him, reminding him that he had a meaningful role in her life, even if she hadn't fully realized it yet. He understood she was used to independence, yet she brought him along on business trips, as though his presence had already become essential. He saw that as trust, a small but significant victory. And while others assumed he might feel burdened by this arrangement, the truth was far from it. He secretly enjoyed being the one she relied on, even in something as ordinary as preparing her meals. As Tatum waited for his turn in the shower, his thoughts turned to the upcoming holidays. Returning home for the new year was uncertain. Elora depended on him more than she likely realized. Cooking was not her strong suit, and he would never allow her to go hungry, even joking within his own thoughts that she might starve without him around. His family would certainly miss him during the celebrations, but his role now extended beyond the walls of their home. Meanwhile, Zachary remained on the balcony a little longer, letting the night wind brush against him as he looked toward the quiet horizon. His life was full: a devoted wife sleeping inside, a beloved child next door, and a legacy stretching across estates and influence. Yet his heart held space for his younger brother's future. He wanted Tatum to succeed, not only in responsibility, but also in love. Before finally turning in, Zachary made one final stop: the children's room, where Sony had once again kicked off the blanket in his sleep. He gently covered the little one, adjusted the room's temperature, and ensured comfort and warmth would cradle him through the night. In two different places, under the stillness of the late hour, two brothers carried out their quiet duties. One guarded the warmth of family, the other, the well being of the woman who might soon become part of that family. Each moved forward with care, loyalty, and the unspoken hope that tomorrow would reward their efforts in ways that love often does: slowly, silently, and beautifully.